What's going on, guys? This is Big Black from Madden25 here, bringing you some Madden 25 gameplay. Finally got some time to go ahead and get on Stips and just, get a game in, man. I'm really excited about this Madden 25 season and just happy to get my hands on a Madden. It's just been long awaited. Madden 13, we've been playing that for so long, and just to get my hands on a new Madden just feels great, man. And we've been working hard. We've been definitely labbing up for 225,000 hours. So, and we definitely found a lot of good things, man. So just stay tuned on my channel. Stay tuned on the website. Definitely will be coming with some super hot fire. Yeah, we're getting ready to get this started with this gameplay. And kind of wanted to go ahead and share my opinions on this Madden 25 demo. Look at the intro, looks nice there, got the arena, everything. Graphics still look the same though, looks like still kind of Madden 13ish, but we're on the Xbox system. I'm sure when we go to the next gen console, it's gonna look sick. We already saw what it looks like with the grass fibers and all of that, but you know what, this still looks good to me. And generally speaking, I feel like Madden is definitely going in the right direction as far as developing the game. Now, with that said, I'd like to also say that I feel that this Madden so far is the best Madden I've played. Hands down. I mean, even last year, Madden 13 wasn't bad either. I mean, I thought that was the best Madden, and not because it functioned the best way or it had the less amount of BS or glitches or whatever, but just because I could see the vision in the direction where they were taking Madden, and definitely could see that it was an improvement, especially with the Infinity engine. The Infinity engine was awesome even last year. It's just all the butt fumbles is what bothered us, but I mean the physics of how the game operates changed everything. Changed the way you run the ball, change the way you throw the ball or sit in the pocket, a lot of stuff. I remember in Madden 2012, people, that was a dot, the computer would sack you, through a player, or you would get these ghost tackle animations where you'll get tackled but no one's there. Just a lot of stuff like that, and I really didn't see a lot of that in 2013, and that's probably because of the physics engine. So I really like what they're doing with the game. I really like the direction that they're going in, and I really think it's for the better. And you know what, for those guys that are not really on the bandwagon, I think you guys might change your mind pretty soon, especially after you play this year's Madden. What I've noticed, there's always a pattern to the Madden. Last year, I remember when Madden first came out, people were outraged. They were just, this is the worst Madden ever, this is garbage. And you know what, I was in that bandwagon. I was kind of feeling the same way. But it's because from Madden 2012 to Madden 2013, it was just so different. It took us a while to get used to it. And once we got used to it, it was Madden again. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the physics engine. I fell in love with the catch animation and the pass leading. That was so big. And I felt like even though the pass leading was OP and ridiculous last year, again, it was something in the right direction, changing something to make the game better, and I feel like they got it right this year. All the things that I didn't like about Madden 2013, they changed it. And look at this. Here's another point before I go into something else. You see how we got that touchdown? You would never be able to do that in Madden 2013. I would have got tackled right away, or there's not an example that I'm showing here. But you can dive into the end zone. Like if I wanted to, I could have pressed X and dived in there with defenders around me. Last year's Madden, you couldn't do that because there was this animation where you were like kind of revving up, I would say, revving up to dive into the end zone, and you would get sucked in by any defender around you. This year it's more realistic. You're not so much affected by the defenders around you, and you're still able to do your juke moves. You're still able to do diving animation into the end zone. So that's really cool, man. I really like that, and I feel like that those type of changes really is what we're looking for. Oh, here is I think, am I sitting in my blitz right now? Yeah, okay. So before I go into anything else again, I want to show you guys one of my blitzes in the promo that I made, just to show that it works. That's what I was doing there, because I was doing it. I was doing that blitz against me using another controller. So I just wanted to show you guys, that the blitzes that we come up with here really do work even against a computer. Now, of course, you don't know how well the blitz is going to translate into the next Madden. Not the next Madden, I'm sorry, into the actual Madden when we get it. But just wanted to show that what we came up with works, and we're going to retest it. And if it works, we're definitely going to get that set up to you guys and let you know how to do that. But yeah, man, definitely happy with what's going on with Madden. Happy with the direction that we're headed in. With the pass leading is dumbed down. The wheel routes are dumbed down. None of that stuff. And I feel like they took the game away from the animation. Because a lot of times you lose games because of Madden animation, and we call that Madden love. Even I haven't really experienced a lot of fumbles, and even when I would play with the 49ers, you guys tell me your experience, but I haven't really experienced a lot of fumbles. And if that's the case, man, dog, that's number one on my list. I mean, there's so many times I'm afraid to run the ball because Patrick Willis and the boys are headhunting, you know what I mean? So if that's the case, man, definitely just happy with that. Definitely happy with how they dumbed down the pass leading, because they put the game back in your hand, and it's more about scheme versus scheme than someone having to rely on different glitches and stuff in the game. Now, don't get me wrong, there's glitches. We found a couple. I'm sure you guys have seen a couple. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's still a video game. There's gonna be glitches, but I could see the effort, is what I'm trying to say. I could see the effort by EA trying to make this a better game, and that's all you can appreciate, man. That's the best I guess I could expect, just making that type of effort. So now there's a couple of things that I kind of noticed that as gamers we probably should watch out for, as far as playing Madden, that you want to prepare yourself for before you hop in a ranked game. This is my simple recommendation, because this is a competitive video game. Madden is not like Legend of Zelda. This game is for competitive gamers who like to win, because let's face it, when we lose in Madden, it sucks. It straight sucks, and it's the only video game that I can play, and it literally messes up my entire day. So there are definitely a number of things that I feel like as Madden players we should watch out for and prepare for. Number one, read option. As you see, even right here, read option is definitely going to be OP. And if you ain't got the defense to stop it, you are going to be in for a long Madden 25 season. And it's going to suck. And these are the things that get us mad, because we don't prepare. We need to be preemptive in our game planning, so that way we're not getting frustrated. At least we go into a game with a game plan and a strategy. And if you do that, man, look at that. And I love that. That was another thing in Madden 13. When someone came in to pull for a block, you just run into them and fall down. But you see with the run free animation thing, I was able to juke past the blocker and get inside and get extra yardage. That's awesome, man. I mean, that's so big. Even with a defender or my offensive line right in my face when I get the ball, I'm able to juke immediately, get away from it and get extra yardage up the field. And we got to notice those things, because Madden did that intentionally, because they understood the issues we were having in the Madden 2013. So big ups to EA for that. I really appreciated it. And I just feel like we're just getting better and better, man. All right. Another tip, some things that we have to look out for. Oh my goodness, look at this. I just got snagged on by the computer. Ah, dang, dude. That was so purty. All right. Another thing that I think we have to look out for is the run game. The run game is also ridiculous. So definitely want to lab up run defense. That should be the first thing. Forget a blitz, or anything like that. Look, you can't blitz the run. So I definitely will lab up some run D and get that off the bat. Read option defense, run defense. If you got those two things, I think in this year's Madden, you're gonna be in any game. Except for the Madden Legend crew, because we coming with that dot option. Definitely gonna lab up some dot option this year. But what all jokes aside, but seriously, definitely want to have run defense. That looks to be very important this year, and that's something that we definitely are going to pride ourselves on. We are not going to get ran on this year. That's something we're going to clink lock that down, bruh. So definitely going to have run D this year. And another thing that what I was looking at is the FL screen. In screenplays in general, not just FL screen. The screenplays are ridiculous this year, man. Especially that FL screen. That FL screen didn't go nowhere. That FL screen, it seemed like it got worse. There's a formation in the Green Bay playbook. If you take a look at it, I forgot the name of the formation. It was like wing T or double weak wing or something like that. I forgot the formation. You can look it up, but the FL screen in there is ridiculous. You got about like 4 or 5 blockers out there on the screen. That's insane, man. I mean, on the regular FL screen, how many would you have? You'd have 2, 3. You'd have 3 blockers. Because you'd have to take the wide receiver on the right side and put him on a drag or a streak. So essentially you'd have 3. Eventually could turn into 4, but on that Green Bay play, you officially have 4 or 5 blockers on the FL screen. That's ridiculous, man. That's a problem. So definitely would want to lab up some FL screen defense. And here I kind of found like a little glitchy route. If you see that, I saw me get some separation, and I'm just keep on running this play because I'm figuring out if this is real or not. And I was getting separation like jet slot post animation. And right now, I mean, I was getting really excited. And playing a game like this is how you get better. You find little routes like that, and it just changes everything. Another thing you definitely want to look out for, the double moves are ridiculous this year as far as passing. Also, comeback routes and out routes are OP this year. So you definitely want to lab up some defense for those, because when people pass, I feel like those are going to be the type of routes that people are going to be using. You want to look out for that. Those are the things that work. I feel like the out route, the curl route, the double move routes are going to be the fade routes and wheel routes. Even the wheel route is effective. You just don't pass it. If you just regularly pass it, the wheel route, burns man coverage. So definitely want to lab up that type of pass defense. And right there, that was interesting. What I was doing right here, I was trying to see if I could make a makeshift screen. What was interesting when I tried to run it, that there wasn't any blocking animation from the other receivers that I put out there. Look at Marshawn just beasting. Yeah, so there wasn't any animation from the receivers that I put out there. They didn't really block right away. So that was interesting. That was good to know. I hated those makeshift screens. So thought that was pretty cool. So none of that this year, but the designed screenplays, yeah, it's official. And look at that, that's cool too. Those shoestring tackles, that's nice, man. That's really nice. I feel like a little bit they're putting the game back into the defensive players' hands. And you know, because last year, as we know, there was no defense. You know what? Let me take that back. There was defense, but it was just really hard. I'm thinking about it, and I don't think I pitched a shutout all this year, Madden. Like, I have pitched shutouts when people quit, but I can't think of a game last year where I played 4 quarters and pitched a shutout. So the fact that they're doing that is really cool, putting the game back into a defensive player's hands. That brings me to the end of this video, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see here, and visit me on my Twitter page and go there and keep in contact with me to be in post with more videos and commentaries, man. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and most of all, be easy.